Hi INFJs and autistic INFJs. Welcome back to my channel. As we step into 2025, I thought it would be a great time to share 5 key insights for INFJs and autistic INFJs. Insights that focus on self-love, self-acceptance, embracing who we truly are. Whether it's how we connect with others or how we care for ourselves, these insights are here to remind us of our worth and help us move through the year with confidence and clarity, which I think a lot of us could really benefit from. I know I definitely could, that's for sure. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name's Trina, I'm an INFJ and I'm also autistic. I created this channel with hopes of helping people like myself feel seen, heard, and understood. And I also wanted somewhere to share resources. Things that I have found that have worked for me and things I've created that I wanted to share with you. So don't forget to check the resource section out in the description of this video. So welcome to my channel. I hope you find it helpful. If you're returning, I'm glad that you came back. I'm so grateful for you all. If you haven't yet, I invite you to subscribe to my channel and like this video. I would really appreciate the support. All right, before we get into this, I want to share with you that I opened up registration for January's meet and greet, INFJ virtual meet and greet. We meet for about an hour, hour and a half, and just mingle. It's very casual. We have fun. Sometimes we have some great laughs. I love it because I love connecting with people that are like myself, where I can really feel relaxed and I don't feel like the weirdest one in the room. So if you want to connect with INFJs, I know we can be difficult to find. That is a huge struggle for a lot of INFJs is where do we find them? So I created a space where we can all come together and we can find each other and mingle. So if you want more information about that, I put the link in the description of this video. Go ahead and click it and find out more. Okay, let's get into this. 5 insights for INFJs and autistic INFJs to help us along so that we can have the best year we can possibly have. Because that's always my intention going into a new year is I'm going to have a great year. I started this quite a few years ago and it's really helpful stepping into a new year with that intention because we will pack that with us, that intention. So if we're stepping in kind of uneasy and not really sure what's going on and with that low self-esteem, low self-worth, and maybe even hate ourselves, I know I used to, we will pack that with us as well, setting that intention. So number 1, the power of embracing your inner contradictions. This is huge. We are often a paradox. Have you seen that? I've heard lots of people refer to INFJs as the personality type that's the paradox. I think we're like the only one out there. We're very much introverted. I gotta share this with you. It's not off topic, it's kind of on topic. I can't remember the assessment I did. It was, the Myers-Briggs doesn't tell you what percentage of introvert or extrovert you are. It's just you're either extroverted or introverted. So I did another assessment because I love personality assessments, all different types of them. But this one would share with me how introverted I was. And when I did it, it came out that I was 98% introverted. That's very, very introverted. That's probably why I say I could go live on a mountain all by myself and I'd be okay. Anyway, I just had to share that with you because I thought it was pretty funny. We're introverted, yet we are people focused. So we do enjoy being around those people. We want to help people. We want to serve them, but kind of we don't want to be around them, right? We're logical, yet we're deeply emotional. So there's those paradoxes, right? So instead of trying to resolve this, like so many of us do, we fight against it because it can feel like a lot of inner turmoil going on in there. It's like a spirally shift all the time. That's how I explain it. Being logical, yet I'm very emotional and I don't know what's going on and everything's spinning. So I'm trying to resolve this and it's like fighting against this huge wave that you're never ever going to win. So instead of doing that, lean into it. I've learned that if we just lean into this, it helps so much. Self-acceptance comes once we realize those opposing traits are not flaws. They are not there for us to resolve. They are the magic of our personality. Lean into them. We need them. Use them both as they come in. and it becomes magical. I love the term magical because really that's what it feels like when you can drop that struggle of trying to fix it all the time. Number 2, stop searching for the big purpose and start living purposefully. This is a big one too. I was always searching for this huge purpose, and I missed so much going on. We often feel that heavy weight to find one grand purpose, right? Can you agree with that? That was totally me. But what if I said that maybe your purpose isn't one monumental thing, but rather it's showing up fully in every small moment? So this is huge. Just think about it. Let it settle for a bit. Purpose isn't a destination where we think that it is, but it's not a destination. It's a daily choice. Once we realize that, then we stop searching for that big purpose and we can enjoy living the life that we have, and amazing things start flowing our way that were probably always flowing our way, but we didn't see it because we were always searching for that big purpose. Number 3, this is a huge one for me too. I say this about all of them, don't I? That's probably why I picked these ones out. Number 3, your sensitivity is a compass, not a cage. I'll repeat that. Our sensitivity, it's a compass, it's not a cage. Even though sometimes the way we were raised even, it makes it feel like a cage, right? I can attest to that. Sensitivity is something to, no, how do I want to say this? Our sensitivity isn't just something to manage or protect. It's also our guide. It's huge. This is why we are so sensitive. We were given this for a reason. Lean into it and let it guide you. When something feels overwhelming or really you deeply resonate with it, like at a really deep level, you know what I mean? It's pointing us towards something important. So stop and notice that. Why am I feeling overwhelmed? This is when I say in lots of my videos, if you've watched a lot of my videos, I'll say we spend a lot of time in our heads, but we need to get into our bodies as well. A healthy INFJ spends a phenomenal amount of time in our heads. That's what we do. But we need to remember throughout the day to pull ourselves out of our heads and into our body and notice what we're feeling. Because it's those feelings that we're feeling. If we're feeling overwhelmed, that was a big one for me. Am I tense across the shoulders? What is going on? What is my body telling me? What is my sensitivity telling me? Learn to read your sensitivity like a compass instead of fighting it. And it becomes so much more amazing when you're not fighting what just comes naturally to us. Number 4, I've talked about this in other videos, but I'm going to mention it again because it's something that we need to remember as the year goes on. Healing isn't linear. Linear. I say it both ways. You know what I mean. It's a spiral, and it can be like a crazy chaotic spiral at times, and that's okay, and that's what it's supposed to be. So don't feel bad. Many times, for many of us, myself included, would get very frustrated when those old wounds, they resurface and we're reliving them, and it feels like we're back at square one again, and we're like, what the heck is going on? When we thought that we had healed it and we were over it, and poof, there it is again. Healing isn't a straight line. It's not. We think that it is, but it's not. It spirals, it twists, there's switchbacks, it's chaos, it's confusing at times. But remember this, each time we revisit an old hurt, we are seeing it from a higher perspective with new wisdom. There's a reason why we're revisiting it. Eventually, and I like to use this, a friend of mine shared it with me actually, when we're talking about healing. I like to picture it as, say, an old wound keeps coming back, whether it be whatever the situation is. We're not going to get into the situation. Everybody's got one of their situations that keeps resurfacing from years ago. And you're sick of it because you know it's holding you back. And when it resurfaces, it pulls you in for like days, sometimes weeks. It's been weeks for me at times. And it puts you in just a stink of a mood. And it's horrible. It like ruins your life for like a week or two, right? So when this old wound comes, every time it comes, there's more to learn from it, more healing to do. Remember, it's spiraling. My friend told me once to think of it this way. Think of it as we're standing at a train station and the wound is the train coming in. And we can hear it coming. That's when we can feel it coming in, right? We can feel that hurt. We're going to start ruminating about it. That's the train coming in. Eventually we get to a place where we recognize it. That, oh, I know what train you are. And then we'll have the choice to either get on it and go down rumination train path, whatever, highway, train track, or stay off of it and notice, okay, it's there. Yep, I have that wound. I'm still healing from it. That's cool. I'm not getting on you. I'm not going down that way because I know where you're going to take me and I don't want to go down that way. Okay? That's how my friend described it for me. She said eventually we get to identify, we can recognize these wounds coming up, and we know if we hop on that train, we know where it's going to take us, and we have the choice. That's our choice to decide whether we get on that train and go down that path, or whether we stand back and notice it as it floats by. That, okay, yeah, I'm still healing from that. Had to share that with you. Number 5, our intuition needs stillness to speak. We rely heavy on our introverted intuition. It is a powerhouse. I have actually written a course on it. If you're a beginner in the INFJ, if you've just discovered you're an INFJ, or maybe you've known you're an INFJ for quite a while, but you would really like to understand how our introverted intuition works because it is a powerhouse. We use it for everything. I wrote a class. The link is in the description of this video. I love talking about intuition. We rely on it super heavy, but it is really easy to drown it out. We drown it out in distractions, in overthinking, in external noise, or just the inner noise in our head, right? We have a very busy brain and it will drown out our intuition. So what we need to do to keep in mind is create intentional stillness in your life. We need to intentionally make space for our intuition to come through. I do this at least once a day, usually more now. I meditate, which, yes, it was a challenge for me. Lots of INFJs have a challenge with meditating, and it's okay if you do. Start with guided meditations that are short and work your way up. Now I don't need any guidance. I can meditate, but it took me like 15 years. I'm not going to deny it. It was a long time, and I didn't give up. So we need to create intentional stillness in our life, not just the physical quiet, but we need that mental stillness, that mental quiet for our intuition to guide us. Now, I do want to go on a little bit of a tangent here that I noticed with myself. A huge reason I couldn't meditate, when I became mindful and started noticing my sensitivity and what was going on in my body, I discovered that I struggled with meditation because I had to sit still and be with my emotions, the ones I didn't want to feel anymore. Or maybe I've never felt them. I've never allowed them to come through. They were uncomfortable and I didn't know what to do with them and they were overwhelming and I didn't want to feel them. So I would fight meditation. The key to remember with this, when we create stillness, if you're fighting with the stillness, like maybe for me, I would like fidget. I'm a nail biter. Yeah, I know, it's horrible. I'm a nail biter. So I would be like picking my nails and biting them, trying to meditate and thinking about all the things I had to do, anything. So I did not have to feel what was going on in my body. But remember, off the top of my head, I hope this is correct. I'm pretty sure it is. When we have an emotion that's coming up that we don't want to feel, it takes about 90 seconds to move through the body. That's it. And then it goes, if we just allow it. 90 seconds, I didn't know that. So I would start to feel it, and that's when I would fidget and break my meditation, and I couldn't do it, and I'd get frustrated. Anyway, I just had to set that out there because it was huge for me, and once I realized what was going on, that I was avoiding feeling some emotions, it was big. That was number 5. That was it. Remember, being an INFJ This is a big one to remember too. This isn't an insight, it's just something I want to tell you guys. I wrote it down. Remember that being an INFJ isn't about fitting into somebody else's mold. We're never going to. That goes for any personality type. If you're watching this and you're not an INFJ, we do not fit into other people's molds. Nobody in this world fits into other people's molds. And I hate it when other people have molds that they think that we need to fit into. It's about embracing your unique way of seeing and feeling and just being in the world. So take these insights with you, let them settle in, and trust that you are exactly where you need to be. That's huge. The way that I did that was I reminded myself daily, out loud. I spoke it out loud. We need to speak things out loud so we can process it. But I would say it out loud to myself. I'm exactly where I need to be. When I would get frustrated and I'd start comparing myself to other people, I would just take a breath. I am exactly where I need to be. And remind myself, I still do this at times. I'm not going to deny that I don't, because I do quite often. Keep showing up as your true self, because the world really needs to see your light. I hope this was helpful. Thank you for sticking with me. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Again, if you haven't yet, I invite you to like this video, subscribe to my channel. Feel free to share it. The more times it's shared, the more INFJs we get to help, and that's what it's all about. And again, if you're interested in the INFJ casual virtual meet and greet, check out the link in the description of this video. Thanks. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.